Hello everyone and welcome back to Sweet and Crafty. Mama Z is here. We are back with another DIY video where we are going to transform this regular Halloween pumpkin into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem inspired pumpkin. So in one of our previous episodes we painted this pumpkin on both sides, as you see. So it's double-sided pumpkin, which is really awesome because when you display it you can see different turtle on both sides. So here we have Raphael and here we have Donatello. So in this video we are going to first remove the tag and we are going to paint Leonardo and Michelangelo. Here are our two turtles for inspiration, and I also have this super cool activity book magazine that I like to look at the pictures for inspiration as well. For this craft video we will need this pumpkin. I did pick it up at Target. Next we have acrylic paints, black, white, two different shades of blue, two different shades of green and orange. Here are my brushes, glass, and I'll just need to add water. I have my color palette and mat to protect my working space. Okay, here's my water and two more things I want to mention. I will be using this acrylic marker to do a sketch of the turtle on our pumpkin, and because you do not really want to use water while painting, I do need water to rinse the brushes, but you do not want to add water to the paint while painting. I'm going to be using this towel to wipe the brush dry after I rinse it. This is a good picture of Leo, so let's go ahead and sketch Leo on the pumpkin first. All right, here's Leo looking good. Well, good sketch. Next, I'm gonna prepare my paints. I'm going to squeeze a pretty small amount. I don't need lots of paint. So I'm gonna mix a lighter shade of green and darker shade of green together. And then I'm gonna add some of this lighter blue shade, but I'm not gonna mix them. Just a little bit right here and a little bit of a darker shade next to it. I'm gonna use the darker shade for the shadows. There we go. And I think we can start painting. I'm going to start with painting his skin first. So here's the color after I mixed both colors together. Let's see, maybe we need a little bit darker. So as you can see, we definitely need to wait for this pumpkin to dry so we can apply the second coat. Meanwhile, I'm going to rinse my brush and I am going to use a different brush and paint his mask. Same thing with the blue color. Before I start adding shadows and such, I'm gonna wait for the first coat to dry. The green one is almost ready. However, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to dry, and meanwhile I'm going to add white eyes. Looks like it's time to add second coat of green. And let's do second coat of blue. This is when I'm going to be adding a little bit of a darker shade of blue for the shadows. One more coat of white and then we are going to let our pumpkin dry. While I'm waiting for this side to dry, I'm gonna turn it around and sketch Mikey on the other side. Here's the picture we'll be getting inspired by, and here is my black acrylic marker. is Mikey. I think we can go ahead and paint his skin because this side is still drying. I added a little bit more darker green shade because I think his skin color, the green color, is a little darker than Leonardo's. So I took a quick break and looks like the paint is all dry, but I still need to add another coat of this green color. I'm taking my thin brush, black paint, and without adding any water, I'm going to outline to add some definition. And while I have the black paint out, I'm going to paint his eyes. Two more things we need to add. Let's go ahead and add his smile. And now I have to rinse my brush and use white this time to add a light reflection in his eyes. Leonardo is ready. Okay, let's see how's Mikey doing. So his paint is still wet, but that's okay because we can go ahead and add some orange to his bandana. So I just started thinking something because our pumpkin is orange and his mask is literally this color. I mean, my paint looks a little bit different, but I hope we can see this orange paint on top of this orange pumpkin. We shall see. This paint actually has a little bit of a shimmer into it, and I'll be honest with you, this is actually fabric paint. But I ran out of my acrylic paint. I thought I had some, but I don't have any, so that's why I'm using this paint. It will still dry out nicely, but I'm just not sure if it's going to have a nice coverage as acrylic paint would. As you see so far, the coverage looks pretty bad. Going to let it dry, and meanwhile, I'm gonna take some black and color inside of Leonardo's mouth. So I started outlining his mouth also. However, I paused because I do want to paint his teeth first and then outline with black on top. But I will take this same black paint and outline the top of his head for now, and then his bottom section. Going in with the second coat of orange, and it's still not what I want it to be. But you know what? I will be outlining everything again with black paint on top. So hopefully after I do that, we'll see a better definition of Mikey's mask. Next, going in with white to paint his eyes and his teeth. And outlining everything on top. Since this paint is still wet, I have to be very careful not to mix the colors together while outlining, as I want all the lines to be nice and sharp. Adding lots of black paint on the tip of the brush and painting his eyes. Next, with a thin brush, I'm adding his teeth. And I'm going to finish this pumpkin with silver for his braces. It's very hard to see. Let me reduce the light. Now it's more visible. And final step, adding highlight into his eyes. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Here is adorable Leonardo, and here is Mikey. As you see, it was very easy to paint them. I didn't really do a lot of shadowing and all that fancy stuff. I tried to make them look as close to cartoon version as possible. Okay, leave me a comment below and let me know which turtle you think turned out to be better. Is it Mikey Michelangelo or Leo Leonardo? And also let me know in the comments below if you would like me to paint more characters on pumpkins. And if so, what characters would you like to see? Don't forget to subscribe to Sweet and Crafty for more crafty videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!